Yeah, hello, it's me again, your one and only KMT, and welcome to my podcast. Today, we'll be looking at how to get into any industry or into any business, how to become part of it and strive in it as well. Um, Many people have tried to get into different industries before and failed. It's because sometimes they didn't just follow these very basic steps that ensures that you're going and you stay in. These steps can be slightly adjusted, and also added to, but basically these are very basic steps that you take whatever industry or business, or workspace you want to get into, you will be able to get into it. All right, so let's jump right in. Okay, so first of all, the number one thing that you need to do or have is to be determined. You have to have the determination. You have to be determined to get into that industry. Be whatever field, manufacturing, the tech industry, medical industry. You just have to be determined, because if you're not determined, it's easy to give up. But when you're determined, you push through, definitely you are going to excel and pull through and be on top of your game in no time. All right, so secondly, the second thing you need to do is you need to get a laptop. You need to get a laptop or a desktop. Now you say, but you said any industry. Yes, because the truth is, every industry now, it's part of your requirements that you have a laptop, a desktop, or a computer that you can use for different purposes such as research, documentation, for training, attending classes, for meetings, and for skilling up, upgrading yourself, and all of that. So you need to actually get a laptop, to be able to read, to be able to store information, to be able to. You need a laptop. Whatever industry it is, just get a laptop or get a desktop, get a computer. You need to be able to have access to a computer very often, not just once a while, very, very often. All right. It could be for database management as well. Okay, so So number 3 thing you need to do is to scale up. You need to scale up. You need to get the skill that industry requires. Okay, so for example, let me use the tech industry. You want to become a graphic designer. You need to begin to learn graphic design. You need to be able to do graphic design using your laptop. Or let's say you want to become a video editor. You need to begin to learn how to edit videos and the softwares. You need to begin to understand how the softwares work, the environment. And you want to become a data analyst. You need to now begin to know, okay, which software do I need to learn in order to analyze data, and so you need to just scale up. Basically, you need to scale up. And the most part of it, apart from the tech industry, a laptop is actually a good deal, because so certain other fields, you need to go up, attend classes online, Zoom, Google Classroom, Udemy, and the rest of it. You need to attend such classes in order to be able to scale up, yourself at a very cheap rate. If you have the funds, go to an institution, no doubt. Away from the tech industry, those institutions, you might just need your laptop for research and things like that. But if you're in the tech industry, those institutions will still train you using the laptop. So you need to be able to practice. You need to be able to do assignments and all of that in order to give you speed as you're learning, and also help you maintain consistency through the learning process. So you need a laptop, and then you need to scale up. So platforms you can learn online, especially if you're in the tech industry, but not just the tech, every industry. We have platforms like Google, we have YouTube, we have Udemy, you have Coursera, you have Alison. I'm mentioning online platforms now, and a few others that you can actually find out there, which majority of the skills you're thinking of, both soft skills and digital skills, you can learn them from these platforms. For example, you can learn leadership, you can get a certificate in leadership, you can get a certificate in deep thinking, and these are certificates that really help you in certain industries to really climb up faster, and you can get them from these some of these platforms I've mentioned earlier. And then in the tech industry, you can learn graphic design, video editing, motion graphics, 3D animation, and many others from these platforms as well. So you need to skill up in order to move up to the next level. Now, if you have the funds to pay to learn at the center, kindly do that. It's also advised, because it will help you actually learn way faster, and then certain tricks that you might not see while learning online, you can just get it from there, and then you have someone to always ask a question as regards to going back to search for the answer to your question you might have on the same platform. You can just ask your tutor direct, and they just answer you. The next thing you need to do is to join a community of people that are around your industry. For example, if you were in the medical field, I'm sure there are a lot of communities that has to do with medicine or pharmacies. In those communities, they talk about certificates, drugs. They talk about things that relates to that community, and helps you just know how to climb up the ladder very fast, or how to actually get yourself acquainted with what is trending and what you need to at a particular time. Sometimes you even get to meet your mentors from there, who will help you, who will mentor you till you stand on your feet properly. Okay, the same thing if you're in the tech industry. A lot of communities, some are even specified and niche down. For example, there are communities for graphic designers, there are communities for video editors, there are communities for UI UX designers. When you go to this community, you just see what is trending, you see what is in vogue, you see you're challenged by other people's work, you see how to actually get yourself better, you see resources as well. They even, some of them drop even tutorial videos, that will also help you get certain tips and tricks that you might not have gotten from even your learning online and on the other platforms. You also get to meet people who are also in the industry. That way you can even talk with like-minded people. This actually helps a lot. Okay, so that's my number 4 tips. You need to join a community of people around the industry you want to get into, and these communities are available online. If you know an offline or an offline group, it's not a bad idea to be part of it. It's a good idea. But then these online are very available, and they're very effective as well. You can even meet people there who, at the end of the day, you connect offline and become great partners, helping yourselves grow and all of that. So yeah, the next thing you need to do is this: you need to get familiar with tools and trends around that community. Okay, so if you were in the architectural field, you begin to know what is trendy, what kind of drawings do people want to draw these days, how do people want their designs to be these days, how do people want their doors fitting to be these days, and you see most of these things also from the communities, because when you're there, you're going to see people who post trendy stuff, and then so as you're learning, you know the areas to focus on, and going to pay more attention, because those are the things you are going to be using very soon. The next thing you need to do after this is to apply for internship. All right, apply for internship. It could be paid, it could be free. Just go for an internship. And really, if you ask me, don't focus about whether it's paid at the moment. Focus more on how you can just get in, because by the time you get in, actually that also now what you've learned, you now go there and put it to practice. If you knew nothing at all, you're most likely not going to get an internship, because these internships are not for most times not for training people who wants to get into the industry, but for helping people who are already in the industry to come up, to scale up and to come up and to develop them. So because you already understand, for example, again, I'm just going to use the tech industry, because you already understand maybe your skill set as a video editor, you already understand your tools, you already produced a few stuff during practice sessions that you had, or maybe even got jobs you got from smaller jobs you got from friends, which you used to also practice. Because you already have those things ready to take you up, again to give you more challenges, and also when you ask questions, it's okay. You actually a senior designer or a senior video editor who was already there, and they give you an advice on how to do it, or a tip on how to do it. So before you know it, you're learning and you're actually becoming way much better. In a month or 2, you can step out of the internship. Okay, some of the internship are just for 1 month. Depends if it's a long or if it's a short one. Depends on the duration. Once you're done out of that, as you're stepping out, you are already ripe for a job. You're already ripe for a job, so you can just step out and then get a job, and which will not be actually difficult, because you already know your stuff. That's a good thing. Once you know your stuff, getting the job actually becomes not so difficult, especially in the tech industry. I can't say so much about other industries, but in the tech industry it becomes very easy. But this basic functions works in every industry, and especially industries that allow for freelancing automatically, because you already know your stuff. You can actually even also get stuff on get deals on freelance, depending when you get a full-time job or something, depending on the way you want to work. Some people just actually want to work freelance, so they get out of this experience and then go freelance. While some they get this experience and then they get a job, which is all okay. So the next thing now, you can get a job after your internship and begin to just strive in the industry, begin to strive in the industry. So I don't know what industry you're interested in, and where you are right now, or whatever difficulties you are facing. You can just go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what part did I skip that I need to add up so that I can actually get a better balance in this field of interest of mine. So let's just do a little recap again from where we began. So the first thing you need to do is to be determined. Once you're determined and you have enough determination to push into this career, you move on to the next step. You get a laptop or a desktop, or just get a computer basically. And then after that, you need to now learn the skill. So learn the skill that is required for that industry. All right. Then after that, join communities that are related to that industry. Join those communities so you can see what's happening, around the industry. And after that, like I said, just get familiar with your tools. Go into internship. Yeah. So go into internship. Yeah, and after internship, if you ask me, I say it again, you're ready for the job. Hope you learned from this video today. See you next time. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.